Welcome back to Cuisine, where even the most golden and comforting foods can carry the shadow of a deep, dark secret. Tonight we serve up Deruny, the crisp, golden potato pancakes, a Ukrainian staple, often linked to the bounty of the earth. But this story is about the earth that holds secrets, and the field that claimed its owner. This is The Secret of the Forgotten Earth, a chilling case from 1980's Zhytomyr region, where a respected farmer disappeared without a trace, leaving behind only the rich soil and a single cryptic clue baked right into his final potato harvest. Before we sink our teeth into this mystery, if you are someone who finds comfort in the sounds of food, but thrills in the cold grasp of a mystery, then you are exactly where you need to be. Subscribe to Cuisine now and make sure you never miss a bite of truth hidden within a meal. Our story centers on Ivan Hromov. Ivan was not just a farmer, he was an artist of the earth. His potatoes were legendary, the perfect texture, the purest taste, grown on a patch of land his family had worked for generations. But this land, like many ancient fields, was whispered to hold a tragic past, a forgotten tragedy, perhaps even an old curse. Ivan began to act strangely in the autumn of 1984. He was secretive, drawing strange symbols in the dirt and speaking in hushed tones about the land demanding payment. On the morning of October 23rd, Ivan Hromov was gone. His tools were laid neatly in the shed. His dog, normally boisterous, was sitting silently by the door. His house was undisturbed. The only evidence of his last known activity was a newly dug, perfectly symmetrical hole in the center of his largest potato field, a hole that led nowhere and contained nothing. Ivan had simply vanished, leaving behind only his farm and his family's generational history. The local authorities were baffled. There was no forced exit, no note, no tracks leading away. It was as if the earth had simply opened up and swallowed him whole. The locals, of course, whispered about the land curse, saying the field had finally taken its tax. However, the investigator assigned to the case, a young man named Oleg, refused to believe in ghosts. He was a man of logic. He found the only real clue in Ivan's final delivered harvest, a small crate of potatoes sent to the local market before his disappearance. In the bottom of that crate, Oleg found a single potato. It was slightly smaller than the others, and carved into its rough skin was a precise, intricate symbol, a spiral ending in a perfect small square. It looked like ancient text or a map, but no one could identify it. Oleg spent weeks trying to decipher the symbol, showing it to historians, archaeologists, and even local eccentrics. No luck. The symbol remained a perfect, unreadable enigma carved into a humble potato. Desperate, Oleg decided to speak with Ivan's widow, Lida. Lida was heartbroken, but clear-headed. She didn't believe in the curse, but she knew her husband was searching for something. Lida shared a crucial detail. Ivan had been spending his nights studying old, almost forgotten family recipes, not for food, but for things like natural dyes, preserving techniques, and ancient fertilizer mixtures. He was obsessed with the ingredients of the earth. Then, Lida made Oleg the only thing she could, a plate of Ivan's legendary Deruny, made from the same final batch of potatoes. As Oleg was eating, concentrating on the flavor, Lida recounted how Ivan used to say that his Deruny were a direct reflection of his soul, crisp on the outside, soft and honest on the inside. While Oleg ate, He noticed that the unique texture of Ivan's potatoes, a slightly granular quality, was different from any he had tasted. He picked up his fork and, almost accidentally, drew the symbol Ivan had carved on the potato, but this time on the plate, using the sour cream. It was a sudden, chilling realization. The symbol wasn't a word or a curse. It was a map. Lida explained that her family's old recipes, passed down through generations of farmers, often contained hidden instructions. The symbol, the spiral ending in a perfect small square, was a simplified traditional planting guide for their field, showing the oldest, most fertile spots. The key was the texture of the potato itself. Ivan had been researching ancient soil techniques. He discovered that the unique granular texture of his final batch of potatoes only occurred when they were grown over a specific type of limestone deposit, deposits known in ancient folklore to hide natural minerals. Ivan had found something priceless hidden deep in the earth, not treasure, but a rare geological deposit. The spiral in the symbol indicated the direction from the farm. The square indicated the exact coordinates of the hidden deposit. Ivan had not been kidnapped. He had left. He was afraid that if he told anyone, the government would seize his land. He had carved the symbol into the potato, hoping Lida would be the only one to figure out the code, disguised as a common kitchen item. Oleg and Lida, using the potato map, located the hidden mineral deposit. It turned out to be a massive vein of high-quality industrial minerals, a fortune that was worth exponentially more than Ivan's small farm. But Ivan was nowhere to be found. Weeks later, a letter arrived, postmarked from a small, remote village near the Carpathian Mountains. Ivan wrote that he was safe and happy. He had found what he was looking for: freedom. He had sold a small sample of the minerals on the black market, enough to buy a secluded life, away from the prying eyes of the state and away from the field that held too many painful memories. He wrote a final note to Lida: "The land gives you what you need, but never trust its silence, and never forget the taste of home." Lida decided not to claim the mineral deposit. She sealed the field, saying that the land had already given her back the peace of mind she needed. The secret of the forgotten earth remained buried, guarded by the simple, powerful truth hidden in a potato. The next time you enjoy the simple comfort of Deruny, remember Ivan Hromov. Remember that sometimes the most profound secrets are not written in ancient scrolls, but are grown from the soil, waiting for someone to peel back the layers and understand the message hidden inside. The field has its secrets, and the food always tells the truth. Thank you for joining us on Cuisine. The truth is in the taste. If you want to uncover the next culinary mystery, don't forget to subscribe and become a part of the Cuisine investigative team.